Hi there, everyone. My name is Eric Richards, and today we are going to continue our mini-series talking about how to see a home, or from my point of view, how I show a home that was built from the mid-2000s up to current. This is really the real estate that represents modern finishes, energy efficiency, and the contemporary floor plans that we really enjoy. We're talking about open floor plans. We're talking about 9-foot ceilings, recessed lighting, 42-inch cabinets, those things that builders have been putting into homes for the last, 2 decades. So how do we show these homes? Typically, we're going to walk up to the home and we're going to start looking for things that would be impacted by weather. Has it been painted? Is it stucco? Is it hardy planking? Are the windows on the outside in decent condition? There's this vinyl material that goes on the outside of the windows called glazing. Has that been beat up by a hailstorm? If it has and it's not been replaced, then what's the condition of the roof? Was there a claim made on the property? Those sort of things definitely need to be pointed out. Walking around the outside of the home, we're going to take a look at the foundation and then also the landscaping to make sure that there isn't any negative drainage issues around the property. If you're using a VA or an FHA loan, you do not want to have a scenario where negative drainage comes up and requiring the parties to agree on how to correct that. Take a look at the fence. Is there a fence? We started to see the advent of patio homes that didn't have fences. And if you're a buyer who has a dog and you're in need of a fenced backyard, not all properties that were built from the mid-2000s to current have fences. I'm thinking of neighborhoods where the HOA takes care of the yard as part of your monthly HOA payment, and there might not actually be a fence. So we need to take care of that in our visual inspection of the outside of the home. How about the condition of the siding material? I know I talked about hardy plank for a moment, but is it weathered? Has it been painted or cared for? Does the south and the east side and the west side kind of all look the same? Is the home weathering kind of the same? Overall, we want to see something that looks even so you know that you're not facing a paint job right away. Speaking of paint job, is there an HOA? It's going to be almost a guarantee that a home built between mid-2000s and current at least was built and started with an HOA. I can think of a few neighborhoods where the HOA was dissolved. I'm thinking of like Woodman Hills, but is there still something in place like a metro district that can force your hand into painting the home? And you don't want to buy a home and then immediately face a $5,000 to $10,000 bill to paint your home because we didn't think about it at the time when we were visually inspecting the home. As we walk inside the home, let's take a look at that entryway flooring material. Is it tile? Is it vinyl? Is it laminate? Is it well cared for? These are where the most footsteps fall. And so we want to make sure that this flooring material is in good condition. We also want to make sure that you're happy with the material that's down there. Are you facing a DIY project right after you close? Or is this even a bigger project where you want to remove the flooring from the back door to the front door and everywhere else? So we can talk about that while we're there. How about the inside of the windows? I'm not talking about that little space between the panes of glass. I'm talking about the window tracks. Are they well cared for? I typically find that well cared for window tracks indicate a level of care for the home. If those have been wiped down and cared for recently and they all operate smoothly, then the rest of the home typically has been well cared for as well. Also, we're taking a look at the furnace area. We're looking to see if there's any sort of permit stickers on the water heater or the furnace. We want to make sure that there isn't a rogue water heater that's been installed in the property. How about the age of the appliances? Homes built in the mid-2000s compared to homes that were built just 5 years ago, the advancements in the technology and the energy efficiency of those appliances is dramatically different. Dishwashers are quieter. Refrigerators have touch screens now. Ovens, you might see a dual zone with an upper and a lower oven. These things are important to pay attention to because it can affect the quality of the life that you'll lead when you own this home. I'm also taking a look at the wiring only from the standpoint of, I think there's been a lot of electronics added to our lives since the mid-2000s to now. And if you're buying a home that only has 125 amps of service, is that enough? So we can just pop open the panel and take a look at it and see if there's a 200 amp breaker in there. Pretty easy to do when we're on our showing. Lastly, as we walk around this home and we take a look at it, make sure that it's going to fit your furniture. Today's modern homes definitely have more space given to the living rooms and kitchens than ever before. But is it big enough for your sectional couch? Is it big enough for your 10-person dining room table? Are the bedrooms big enough for the furniture that you have? If you have a California king with a massive bedroom setup, I wouldn't recommend buying a 14 by 14 master bedroom. I'd recommend getting something a little bit bigger. So hopefully you found this video informative. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. Thank you so much for watching.